Hello YouTubers. Came out to play around blacksmithing today and I saw a video on YouTube where the guy was trying to teach some people blacksmithing. It was a BBC video. And he said one of the things that the apprentice blacksmiths do is make nails. And they stand there making nails all day long. I guess that was the bread and butter for the blacksmith shop, was selling nails. Well, here's the first nail I tried to make. My first attempt. A square nail. Unfortunately, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but this side here really doesn't have much of a head coming over, but I got head on three sides. Let me show you what a nail, this is what you use to make a nail. It's called a nail header. That's a 1/4 inch square hole and the top is rounded. That way you can make a point, taper the nail, stick it in there, figure out where to cut it off, hit it down, and then hit the 4 sides, and you kind of make a diamond pattern on the top of the nail. Well, a couple of them here, I cut them off a little too short. I guess you could call them finish nails. There's no head. They all came out to pretty much the same length, but this in here I left too much on top of that header, and then when I beat it down it just made a mess, and then I couldn't get it out of the header. I think you can see it here better, and it's all bent up, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I made 13 nails. This is the last one I made. It came out pretty nice. It still doesn't have much of a head on the back side, or one side. I don't know which side I'm missing. But let me zoom you in on these and you can see what they all look like. And then I got this board, little 2x2, and my framing hammer, which doesn't look like a old blacksmith type hammer, but I'm going to see if I can drive them into that piece of wood. Let me get you off and I'll just give you a quick scan of all of them that I made. This was the first one I made. I thought, well, this isn't too hard, and then it just went downhill from there, and I got some really weird ones. But then the last one here, I had another project I wanted to do, so I just made a few nails. Let's see if we can drive them into this board. All these nails turned out to be between 1 3/8 and 1.5 inches. See, that's what I was wondering about these big fat nails. Every one of those is split. I'm thinking that I need to leave the bottom of the nail flat. So that it doesn't split. Now this piece of wood was just in a shipping crate, so I don't know what kind of wood it is. But if you need it split up, I got the nails for you. At least they didn't bend over. My next project I'm working on, I want a wrench that I can use to clamp onto a piece of square stock and twist it, to put that ornamental twist. But if you just use a wrench like this and twist it, it's very difficult not to twist it and bend it at the same time. So I'm going to make a handle and weld it onto here. What I did was I took a piece of 1 inch round and kind of shaped it like this end is. Just beat a flat side on it. What I want to do now is kind of round off one end for the handle, and then taper this end down a little bit so I can weld it onto there. I think I'm gonna stick it in the forge and heat it up, and I'll have to use some tongs now. I did have it on here and it was long enough I could grab the end of this without burning my hand. Let's go over to the forge. Okay, I got a nice hot spot right there. Stick the end of that in there and warm it up. Okay, I'm going to get that warmed up and we'll go over to the anvil. By knocking that off of there, brushing it off, kind of helps keep it looking a little nicer, the finished product. I'm going to make this the end that I'll be holding. Getting what they call fish lips on the bottom of this. It's where when you pound on the metal flows out over the end, and then you've got it kind of like a, looks like fish lips. You just got like a big burr edge. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It's kind of hollow now because I kind of flattened them off. But I think that'll work for the handle end. I have a habit of putting my thumb on top of the hammer. You don't want to do that. That'll give you tendinitis. And basically all you're doing is taking the hammer and throwing it down at your piece of steel with a kind of a loose grip on the handle. You don't want to put a death grip on it. I'll just use a grinder and grind that down to the way I want it now. Let me put a little taper on the other end. This end I want tapered down and narrow enough that I can run a bead all the way around it with the welder on the top of that wrench. I don't have a good set of tongs to hold on to this. Okay, I think that's good. Right there's my quench bucket. Get it cooled off. Still just a little warm. You can kind of see how that end fish lipped. That just kind of a divot there. I'll grind that flat and then weld it to that wrench. I ground the end of this so it's pretty much flat. I'm going to put it on this wire wheel and just clean up the whole thing a little bit. I think that'll work. Looks a lot nicer now. I like the old look, handmade. Let's get the welder out here and weld this end onto the wrench. Okay, I'll just tack it on this side, flip it over, and tack it on the other side, and then start welding it. Get it welded all the way around. Think if that doesn't hold it, I don't think anything will. Looks okay. can twist. Let me go find a piece of metal and put it in my vise and see if we can twist it. Okay, there's our piece. I watched a video the other day, and the guy showed how you twist it cold. You cold twist it, and it twists more evenly than if you try to heat it up, because it's hard to get it all the same temperature. So it's gonna, where it's hottest, it's gonna twist more. And if you put a piece of tubing on it, which this might be a little loose, put a piece of tubing on it, it helps keep it straight. So let's just see if this will work. Wow. I think it'd be easier hot. A whole lot easier. And I've bent it. Oh, it snapped. I don't know if my wrench slipped or if it spun in the vise. Tighten the vise up more. I've rounded the corners off out here. So I think my best bet would be to heat it up. But I got part of a twist and a bend. And the end's rounded off. If that pipe, little piece of tubing would have fit tighter, it would have been easier to keep it straight. But hopefully we'll be seeing some twists in the future that look a little nicer than this. You can see where I rounded off the corners up here. Three-eighths might have been a little aggressive. Thanks for watching.